Okay, let me ask you something. If you want to change your life, what if I told you to stop fighting your alarm clock and start fighting for the first 15 minutes of your day? No, seriously. If you're one of those people who knows exactly what you should be doing to get unstuck, but for some reason you just don't do it, then this is for you. We're going to break down an incredible story of someone who rebuilt their life from six-figure debt. And they didn't do it with some huge dramatic gesture. Nope, they did it with a really simple but powerful little tool.
So check this out. This whole idea, it's not about that miracle morning stuff or, finding some magical 3-hour block in your day to be productive. It's actually the complete opposite. This entire comeback story we're about to get into, it was built piece by piece with these tiny, non-negotiable chunks of time. Just 15 minutes stacked one on top of the other, day after day.
But, okay, that's the big question, right? It's easy to hear a cool idea like that and feel inspired for a minute, but how do you actually start when you feel completely stuck, like totally overwhelmed, discouraged, just trapped? Where do you even begin to climb out of that hole? Well, it all starts with understanding something called the paralysis trap. This is that super frustrating place to be where you know what you're supposed to do, but you just can't make yourself do it. I mean, think about it for a second. So many people who secretly want to quit their jobs, they know the playbook, right? Update the resume, start networking, maybe build a little side project. In this story, the creator knew exactly what to do. Ask for help, find another job, slash expenses. But she was so deep in that discouraged feeling that she did nothing. The knowledge was there, but the action totally missing. And that's the key takeaway here. The real problem isn't that you don't know enough. It's that you're so discouraged, you're just frozen. You do nothing at all. So the enemy isn't ignorance, it's paralysis. And to really get how to break out of it, we've got to understand just how deep this hole can get.
So this paralysis, it was being fueled by a crisis that was basically a war on two fronts. It wasn't just a financial disaster happening in the bank account. Oh no, it was happening at home too.
So here's how the financial mess started. It actually began with a success, but that first win led to a much bigger, riskier bet on a second business location. You know the type, fancier, different neighborhood, the whole deal. They ignored all the red flags, drained their savings, signed some really bad leases. And then, boom, the economy turned, and the whole thing just came crashing down. And I mean it collapsed hard. We're talking 6 figures in debt, the house had liens slapped on it, bills were literally being hidden on the kitchen counter because there was just no way to pay them. This wasn't some problem on a spreadsheet anymore. This was a real, gut-wrenching, everyday crisis.
And you can only imagine the emotional weight of that. It wasn't just about the numbers on a page. The feeling, day in and day out, was just this crushing shame. You know that feeling of watching the mail pile up? Getting that knot in your stomach, and knowing you can't do a single thing about it.
Now, all that fear, all that pressure, it has to go somewhere, right? And a lot of the time, being angry feels way easier, way more powerful than admitting you're just plain terrified. So what happened? She turned her partner, the guy working around the clock trying to fix everything, into the villain. It was just easier to attack him than to say, I'm scared and I have no idea what to do.
And there it is. That's the war on two fronts. Your business life is completely falling apart, and the one person who's supposed to be your safe harbor now feels like your enemy. Man, that combination is devastating. It's the kind of thing that can really, truly break a person.
But here's the thing. She refused to let it break her. Because what came next was this absolutely brutal turning point. This was the moment the whole story pivots, from collapse to radical responsibility.
And the thing that changed everything? It wasn't some brilliant new business idea. It wasn't a lucky break. It all came down to one single, brutally honest conversation with her partner. And it started because he felt like she just didn't believe in him anymore.
And her response was just, I don't believe you can get us out of this. Wow. Can you imagine saying that to someone you love? It's awful, but it was the truth. And saying that truth out loud, it completely shattered her own denial. It forced her to look at this situation raw and unfiltered. And in that moment, the spotlight just swung right back onto her. She realized she'd been secretly expecting him to be the hero, to fix everything, while she just sat on the sidelines and criticized. She was waiting to be rescued, instead of being an active partner in their own rescue. And that was the big epiphany. No one was coming. No hero was riding in to save the day. If she wanted to change their reality, to keep the house, to pay the bills, it had to be
her responsibility too. And let me tell you, that shift from blame to ownership, it's everything.
Okay, so now she's got this new mindset of radical responsibility. What's the first step? Well, it wasn't some huge, complicated plan. It was a simple, practical tool she used to stage a comeback. Let's break down exactly how it works.
She calls it the Hot 15, and the idea is dead simple. It's the first 15 minutes of your day. That's it. But you protect those 15 minutes like your life depends on it. You defend it from emails, from notifications, from all the world's demands, and you dedicate it to doing one single thing that moves your future forward.
And how you do it is so simple. Step 1. No phone, no email. You do not start your day reacting to other people's emergencies. Step 2. You pick one thing, not 5, not 10, one thing that will actually move the needle. And step 3. For just 15 minutes, you do only that one thing. That's the whole system. That's it.
And here's why this is so powerful. It's all about consistency. You know, we all think we need these giant 3-hour marathon sessions to get anything done. But let's be real, those are overwhelming. They're so easy to procrastinate on. But 15 focused minutes, done every single day, that builds momentum. And even more important, it starts to rewire your brain. You go from thinking, I'm stuck, to knowing, I'm a person who builds things.
Ultimately, it all comes back to this one single thought. This is the fuel for the Hot 15. It's admitting to yourself, fully and completely, no one is coming to fix this for me. Now that might sound harsh, but it's not meant to be. It's actually the most empowering thought you can have, because it puts the control right back where it belongs, in your hands.
So that really just leaves one question for you. It's not about finding the time. It's about making the time. It's a fight for just 15 minutes of your day. So what's it going to be? What's the one action? The one email you need to send? The one page you need to write? The one call you need to make? What is the one thing you are going to fight for in your first 15 minutes tomorrow?